Realtor, now that the market has changed, are you not sure what to do on a daily basis? Today I'm going to share with you 7 activities that is going to help you regain that momentum. You know, it's natural to be in this portion of the real estate cycle and be at a place where you're just trying to figure out what it is that you should do on a daily basis. Really, the key is to have a plan of action and to focus on certain things, because by focusing on certain items and certain strategies in your business, we can begin to build momentum. And as we know, once you get momentum moving in the right direction, it absolutely is going to help you grow your business in a very specific way. So what I want to do today is I want to break down 7 specific activities or mindsets that you can take that are going to help you take your business to that next level despite what's going on around you. So in this environment, we are seeing less transactions. That leads us to what we should do really to make sure that we're getting those transactions, because in this environment, every single transaction is more valuable than it ever has been. So the first strategy is to find the most motivated buyer you have that you know will buy if you can find them the right house, and stay laser focused on helping that one buyer. So who is this for you? Do you have a buyer, or is there someone in your office who has a buyer that they've not been able to find that specific house for? Make that your mission. Get up every single day with one focus, and that is to help this person find that exact house. If they've given you information about wanting a house in a specific neighborhood, start calling those neighbors and start asking them if they know of any of the people in the neighborhood who might consider selling. If they've told you that they want a specific type of floor plan, identify all of the floor plans that are like that in a specific neighborhood and begin to make phone calls to those folks. Go out and each morning be looking at the hot sheet, specifically looking for a property that's close to what those folks are looking for. Go do video walkthroughs for them. Prompt them, stay in touch with them, show them the work ethic. And I promise, when we get focused on things, it gives us the ability to really find clarity. A lot of times what happens also is opportunities are all around us. But until we get our mind really focused in on a specific thing that we're trying to do, it sometimes will get a lack of clarity. It will just kind of throw things at us. But here's what happens is when you get laser focused on helping that one buyer, I'll promise you're going to understand and see more opportunities than you ever have before. Second way to build momentum is find the hottest listing in your marketplace, the one that you believe in the most, and do your best to get that one listing sold. Focus in on getting that one listing sold. What is the house that if you were in a position where you were looking to buy a house that you would buy for yourself? What is the one house that you know is probably going to sell or be one of the next ones to sell in the marketplace? What is the one investment property that you see that has the best opportunity to yield the type of return that the investors in your local market are looking for? You see, what we can do is again, by getting laser focused on one place, we begin to market that one place. This gives us some momentum, because then we begin to shoot video and share it on social media. Here's the best house I know of for the family that's looking for this. This is the best house for the investor that I know that is looking for these type of returns in our local market. When you begin to focus in on just one specific house and finding that one buyer, all of a sudden now you've got clarity of purpose. Now you've got one place that you truly believe in, and that you get to a point where you almost are like, gosh, if I don't find the right person for this place, somebody's really going to miss out. There's a different motivation where you're just trying to get a sale, and there's a whole other motivation when you're like, this is the best deal on the market. I've got to find somebody that I can help take advantage of it. You see, when you shift your focus like that, I promise momentum begins to build. Third step is to host an open house, and here's the reason why. It's not just about the open house and having people come in. It gives you a reason to market to that local community. Now, if you don't have listings, find someone in your office that has houses that may allow you to host an open house. Now, once we have the open house, now we're going to utilize that to market to everybody around it. We're going to make phone calls to local neighbors. Listen, depending on where you are, you want to be smart, but doing door knocking, going around and making sure that people know that it's going to happen on a certain day in the neighborhood, putting out as many signs as you can, taking advantage of what the open house does for you, of bringing people to you that you can then begin to add value to. Make sure that you're capturing the email address and phone number and contact information for every single person that attends. Make sure you have a systematic follow-up that's personalized. Also, make sure that as you're doing the open house, you know the other houses in the neighborhood that are possibly for sale right now, or that are getting ready to come on the market maybe. That gives you the opportunity to be able to speak to someone that says, you know, this house is not quite right for me, but you can say, well, there are 2 others that we could see this afternoon. Would you like to see those this afternoon? Prepare for, then execute, and then do follow-up after the fact. When you prepare and you do that execution and you do the follow-up after your your open houses, I promise you're going to gain momentum. Number 4 is to invite a past client or someone in your sphere of influence for coffee, a cocktail, or for lunch. Now, what we're doing here is we're understanding that we have people that already like us. They already have a vested interest in helping our business. And if they had the opportunity, they would be glad to send us a referral or to do business with us. What this does is this gives us an ability to really deepen the relationships we have. Ultimately, it's not even about asking them to send you business, but by simply catching up with them. So you may be calling those folks and saying, hey, it's been a little while. I'd love to catch up for coffee one morning. Are you available in the next week or so? Also, or maybe it's, hey, it's been a little while. I'd love to hear what's going on with you and your family. Would you be available for lunch next week? Setting these appointments. Then when you go in there, just feed into and ask them what's going on in their life. Be someone who is truly curious and is working to be a friend. Listen, if you want friends, the best way to do that is to be a friend. If you're wanting someone to have an opportunity to invest into your business by sending referrals your way, you know who they're going to do that for is the people they like and they like the most. So who is it that you can build these deeper relationships with? I would encourage you, make a list of the people that have sent you referrals in the past. That's the first group of people you want to catch up with in some way, shape, or form and do something for them. If they've sent you referrals in the past, you may even want to come with a little bit of a small gift just to say, hey, listen, it's been a little while and I wanted to make sure you knew how much I appreciated those referrals in the past. I just brought you a little something here. It could be a gift card for dinner. It could be something that's maybe personal for them or whatever it may be. But let them know how much you appreciate that. Then during those times when you're meeting with them, just go into the things that are going on in their lives. And I promise ultimately what's going to happen is they're going to say, what about you? What's going on in your business? Be ready to give them an update on what's going on in the business, and always at some point during that, if they cue you up like that, just to say, hey, listen, thanks for sending me a referral in the past. And let me just thank you in advance that if you get an opportunity, thanks for keeping me in mind if you hear of somebody that's getting ready to buy or sell real estate. Just by simply putting that to the front of their mind, I'll promise the referrals are going to start coming. The 5th opportunity to create some momentum is to circle prospect around a new listing. Now, this is why we can do it with sold listings, but I like to use new listings. So let's say that you've got a new listing in a neighborhood that you're wanting to do more business in. Simply picking up the phone and letting people know, hey, we're getting photography done right now. Just want to let you know that next week we'll be putting this house on the market. And we just want to let all the neighbors know in case you have friends or family that might be interested before this sign actually goes in the yard next week. Gives us an ability to make one check-in. Then at the end, if they don't ask you what the pricing is, if they don't ask you some of the things, at the end of that call say, listen, I would be the worst realtor in the world if I didn't at least ask if there's a price where you guys might consider selling. We're anticipating that we're going to have a lot of activity on this, and I don't know that we're going to have enough houses in the neighborhood to be able to meet all of that need. Just simply by prompting that. And then just saying, hey, I'd love to keep in touch. Would it be okay if I let you know about this sale through email because I don't want to bug you too much? You've already got their phone number. Now you've got the opportunity to begin to add value to them on a consistent basis in your database, also to give them updates that are automated through the MLS or your website on properties that are coming on the market, going under contract or sold like theirs. It gives you the ability to continue to follow up. Also, when you focus in on a new listing, it really sets the table because then we have the ability to call them again once it goes under contract. Hey, this is Jimmy Burgess. Listen, I talked to you a couple weeks ago. We were telling you we're getting that on the market. It is already under contract. We had a ton of activity here. And in reality, there's only 2 other houses for sale in the neighborhood. And so we're just making sure that you know this. This is really going to help your value or it's going to affect your value, whatever it is. You're just going to explain to them what's coming. And then just say, hey, listen, I told you I'd keep in touch with you, let you know what was going on. So I just wanted to give you an update there. We're anticipating it will close in about 30 days. At that point, when everything is public, I'll give you a call back and give you an update so you can know exactly how this change in the pricing is going to absolutely help the value of your place. You're setting the table for that next conversation. And by the way, we had a lot of activity and we've got more people that wanted to live in the neighborhood than we had for just this one house. So if you hear of one of your neighbors that's thinking about selling, please let me know, because what we're seeing right now is we've got a group of people that want to be in this neighborhood that may be willing to pay a premium for the right place. You see, when you set the stage, when you absolutely start thinking about what is it that I can do to build momentum, calling those folks in a neighborhood with valuable information on things that are going to affect the value of their home gives you the ability to have great conversations, build deeper relationships, and find more listing opportunities. Number 6 is to highlight a local business or a local charity. Now, one of the things is when you aren't sure what to do, help other people. Ultimately, every single time that I've gone out with a with it at heart to want to serve other people, it comes back in more ways than I could ever expect. So what is it that you can do to help other businesses? Because obviously it's not just economically in a lot of cases where the real estate market, the number of transactions are pulling back. Local businesses are starting to see some of their numbers pull back as well. So consequently, as we go into this period of recession or heading into it, or when we just see an economic slowdown, the local businesses need people that are going to champion their business for them as well. Be that person. Serve others. Find a way that you can highlight them in a social media post where you tag them, or find a way that you can interview that local business owner or that local charity. Talk about someone in the market. Maybe it's that on a weekly basis you highlight one local hero that's doing something special in the local market or in the local area. Maybe that's a charity person. Maybe that's someone that's volunteering. Maybe that's someone that's a business owner. Whatever it is, find a way to help others. I promise when you find ways to help others, you will absolutely be helped as well. The seventh thing to do if you're not sure what to do right now is leverage ChatGPT. ChatGPT is artificial intelligence that is set up with the ability to help you. It's basically a copywriter in a box. It's basically a creative director in a box, and it gives you ideas on how you can add value in a unique way. Now, here's a couple things you can do. We just talked earlier about highlighting some of the local businesses. Why not go in and simply ask it to give you some content that's going to give you the ability to show yourself as the resource in that local area. You can come in and simply say, write me a 1,000-word LinkedIn blog post that is SEO optimized for the city of, and whatever the city is. Now it's going to spit that thing out. You post that on LinkedIn. You tag all of those restaurants that it mentioned. Now, I will tell you, when we've gotten these, it's really well done, but it could use some refinement. So go in there and make sure that you're making sure it sounds in your voice. If it doesn't sound in your voice, ask ChatGPT to do that. We're in a coastal market, so what we'll do sometimes is we'll go in and after it writes the article, we'll simply say, write this more in a coastal type of feel article. And it will come in and it will write it with more of a coastal feel, more of a laid-back feel, whatever it is for your area. If you're wanting more professional, just ask it to write it in more of a professional tone. Write it in a more of a humorous tone, whatever it is for you, and it will help you do those things. Post those items, tag those people, and I promise you're going to get some results. Also, a couple things you can do. Go back if you have listings that are not getting the activity you want. Ask it to take the listing description you have, drop it into ChatGPT, and put in there to rewrite this MLS description for the house located at whatever the address is. Boom, it's going to give you that MLS description. Also, come in and say, provide me with, let's just use this listing for example, provide me with an SEO optimized Facebook post to highlight the listing located at the address with the MLS description of whatever the MLS description is that you've just received. It will then give you that Facebook post. That gives you the ability to post that post on Facebook along with 2 or 3 pictures and driving people to your website that is going to be SEO optimized. We did this one little tip, and this actually took us when we were getting almost roughly 1,000 impressions on our organic traffic, to we had one that went for 40,000 impressions by doing that one little step. When you optimize everything and you utilize ChatGPT in a way that helps you expand your business, I'll promise you're going to get more results and more opportunities to add value in your local market. Ultimately, the best thing you can do is to take massive action if you want massive results. So if you're frozen right now, take a couple of these things that we just talked about, put them into practice, layer into some additional activities, and I promise momentum will begin to build again. This is the things that you can be doing right now, is to take massive action. I promise you're going to get those results you're looking for. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.